It's definitely going to be a very interesting conversation. I think we can start now. I think that's what Ali was saying. Okay, so I'm just going to generally like ask questions about like the challenges that women in technology are going through right now, and some of the challenges. I did a bit of research right online, just a little bit of research, and some of the challenges that they go through is being taken seriously, you know. Based on the whole, what's it called, in the industry due to gender perception. And the surprise didn't surprise me as I hear this time and time and again. There's this interruptions, mansplaining, being delegated menial tasks, and being overlooked for promotions. You know, these are some of the things that I hear often. And as often as I hear this, I do hear positive stories about businesses, colleagues, and managers who are like super supportive of women in tech. That being said, one of the things that I would say is women should generally find a business with a positive gender diverse culture. And even in these organizations, they might come across that one odd person that wouldn't take them that seriously, you know. But if they find organizations that have like that diverse culture, it would help, you know. And another thing that I know I saw was the fact that they don't have any female role models in the industry. I don't know if you can agree with me on that. This is so like
I think, I mean, I like your walk up to it. It's really interesting. I've experienced some of what you're talking about, but I have a very different perspective on how to approach it. I'm a bit of, I like the idea of thinking outside the box.
Right.
I remember being in one of my appraisals, or one of our, and I remember one of the directors of that particular firm I was working for, she said something that stuck with me, and it stuck with me today, and it changed, informed the way I think.
Right.
She said, we're not here to promote you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can assess you. Yes, you may have the skills necessary. And she wasn't just talking to women, she was talking to all the staff.
Mm-hmm.
We're not here to promote you. And it really struck to me that you will find the go-getters. They come out, they put themselves out. Oh, I've done this, I've done that.
Right.
But then they've done nothing. They will say they've done it all. Whereas we tend to, oh, well, you know, work hard at the background, but not promote ourselves. And I used to be very guilty of that kind of thing. But now I think it's a case of, if I do my job well, I don't have to necessarily conform to too many things.
Exactly.
I was in a board, and I used to go to a lot of IT meetings and be the only woman there. Now, I'm not a particularly womanly woman, but there are days when I like to cappy out my pink blouse, my whatever, my lipstick, and I make no bones about it. And they look at me as if, oh, she's come to take the minutes. I don't care. You know why? Because as soon as you talk, you will, if you know your stuff and you know it well, it doesn't matter what everyone around you thinks initially. If you have the goods and prove that you have the goods, then they will respect. Sometimes we expect people to hand it to us. No one's going to hand it to us. We've just got to maybe take it in a very delicate way by saying, well, I've done it. I've got the goods. I'm good at what I do. You may not like the way I dress. You may not like the way I look, but that's an irrelevancy. Don't let people psych you out of what's rightfully yours. And I think, I mean, we're in this issue whereby we're expecting them to shift over and give me a seat. I'm not of that persuasion, because if they shift over and give you a seat, they'll now be saying, well, you're only there because I put you there. That's not it. And with regards to businesses, there are more and more women in business, role models, who are creating businesses led by women, who should be able to put that gender, what did you call it before? That gender-led, the mentors.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you. Are you sure women are not looking for female role model leaders who look like men? Because if they are, then they're making a mistake, and that's where it's all going awry.
No, I don't think that you're looking for role models that. So we had so I work for a company called 99 Workspaces, and we had an event called Founders Friday. So Founders Friday obviously brings, I wouldn't say obviously, I have to explain what it does. Founders Friday brings seasoned entrepreneurs who have done this for decades, right? So people who are starting their entrepreneurial journey would ask questions, and you're learning from the experiences of this seasoned business owners. And the question the lady asked, actually, I thought about it for a second. She looked like she was kind of lost, she was like, and so we had a guy and a lady on the stage, right? And the lady stood up and said she doesn't have a mentor. She needs a mentor, and that she wants, so she didn't know who to go to because she didn't want to look like she was being biased, right?
Right.
She was like, oh yeah, she needs somebody to help, mentor her and all whatnot. The guy obviously wasn't, you know how that thing is. When the lady's saying a guy should be their mentor, it's kind of like, so she had to stand correct with that. And so the lady who was there obviously said, what, here's my details, you can contact me whenever if you have questions and all whatnot. And that was great, and so seeing that happen, we said we're going to have this Founders Friday, and then so what we said we're going to do with that is create another channel into that where people can say, okay, this speaker, I want this speaker to be my mentor, and then also have that conversation with one the speaker and say, would you be open to doing this? Maybe out of the guys who are here, 3 to 5 of them, you can mentor them and space that out, so it's not like too much on you. So the answer to that is, your question is no. A lot of females actually are looking for female mentors who would help guide them and shape them without any expectations, if that makes sense. You get what I mean? So
because I belong to, I think for the last 2 years, that's why it says on my LinkedIn, I've taken time away from business and I've been mentoring. Right. And I've been mentoring the Sherry Blair platform. And I've met some really inspiring young business ladies, and they're amazing. They're amazing. Right. Am I of the persuasion that only women should mentor women? I'm not sure, because I had a very good male mentor myself. I'm not everything about a person is going to be incredible, but it's what they add to you, what you can take from them that's good. Do you understand? So I'm not entirely persuaded that it only has to be women mentoring women.
Right.
Bearing mentoring has been predominantly ruled by men. You do need to sort of take a few tidbits to know how to maneuver that landscape. So I'm kind of the persuasion that you need a bit of both.
I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree. Yeah, no, really, really, really good point. So for the guys who just joined, I would like for you to sort of like give us a bit of a background. Let's get into Mrs. Yesnes Johnson's. Yeah, your background says a bit of what's it called? Introduction. Yes, on your side. So if you can please do that, I would really, really.
Where do we start? What kind of background are you looking for? How far back?
Yeah. Okay. So the what's it called? The conversation today is
in tech.
In technology. So are there tech career opportunities for women post-COVID, right? We'll get into that. So we'll get into that. So from your own side, I just want you to talk about, I know you've just given us a brief, what's it called? History about your work outside the country and some of your experiences. And that's actually really brilliant, I mean, I hope that the guys who are on this Zoom conversations are also picking up on this. You do not necessarily have to have only female mentors. You can also benefit yourself maximally from male and female mentors, so to speak. So could you just tell us a bit about your background, Mrs. Yesterday Johnson?
Yeah.
How you started, what you've been into, and all the other good stuff. Would like to hear it.
Well, I was born and bred in the UK. I don't know if you know that. I grew up in the UK, educated in the UK. My parents are Nigerian totally, and I visited Nigeria at 10, and I decided that that's the way I would live. But I also embarked. I'm a science and a logical person, so I did a chemistry degree. But during my degree, I sort of fell on this computer module, and that was it. I knew computing was what I wanted to do. So I deliberately planned my life from there to work into computing. I didn't want to take another degree. I'm not a natural academic. So I decided to start working for firms, and I started building networks, building computers, playing with computers, and I began to work. I worked for some firms in the UK, and then I began lecturing in IT in the UK. And then I decided that I would move to Australia. Now in Australia, they have a startup tech environment that's amazing. And it was years ago, well before the ones that we're doing now. I worked for a company called Austrac Australia. They were the first people to try and program the Palm Pilot. I don't think you know the Palm Pilot. It was one of the first smart mobile phones. So I was a C++ programmer there, worked there for 2 years. Lots of other things happened. And then we decided to move to Nigeria. And then in Nigeria, I came in with my jeans and t-shirt thinking, yeah, I'm going to be the first tech little female going to do it all. Landed in Nigeria. And the environment was not as developed as it is now. People were still on the standalone, no network connection. So I ummed and I ahed, and I didn't really want to work full time at that time because my daughter was very young. Right. So I decided that I would set up a company called ITGSL. That was my first tech company in Nigeria. Okay. And I just used to consult for law firms, specifically law firms, whereby I would go in and sort of look at their situation, make recommendations. Right. People were really resistant, and especially with someone with an Oyibo accent like this, jeans and t-shirt idea. I hadn't gotten into the etiquette of Nigerian professional look and all that. But I was just enjoying it because it gave me the freedoms I required, and I was earning a fair amount to just keep going. Right. And I worked for a firm called ACCL, which is an architect firm, one of the major ones in Nigeria. And they then said I should try and bring their systems into tech systems up. So it was a brilliant experience, and they recommended me to a law firm, one of the top law firms. I worked for that law firm for about 9-10 years, and I worked there for so long because they were ready to embrace technology, and they were ahead of the game. Their thinking was ahead. They were ready to use it to do the things they needed to do, and I had a brilliant time there. You know, when you realize that, okay, I've done what I can do in a place, and I decided to leave. So I decided to set up Slingshot Technologies, which was to basically encourage more startup businesses to embrace technology in different ways, because I feel technology is the only way people in so-called developing countries can have that edge with the rest of the world. And I'm just into technology in every facet. I was a board member of NIRA, which is the Nigerian Internet Registration Association, one of the pioneer board members. That was an experience, an eye-opener, and I'm really proud of that achievement. And it really made me respect a lot of the people that work in those sort of semi-governmental organizations. Not an easy thing to try and do something. So, yeah, and currently I'm just trying to create another sort of tech learning platform, which hopefully I'm looking to go global.
Awesome. That's actually really, really amazing. That's really, really good. Thank you for that. And so let's just dive right into the question for today. Where do you see, in terms of like the whole tech thing for women, the tech space and all whatnot? I know the question is a bit bogus, but are there tech career opportunities for women? You've mentioned where the companies, the companies you work for, all the many companies you work for, and for each company you work for, there's always something to get out of it, the experience and everything like that. And now the question is, are there tech career opportunities for women post-COVID? It's really challenging right now. People are going through a lot. People are not getting their salaries. And the entire tech, the tech ecosystem is actually, I mean, I wouldn't say, it's a lot going on right now. It's really a lot. People are diversifying their businesses just so that they can survive this whole COVID era. So do you think that there are tech career opportunities for women post-COVID? Do you think that there are?
You know what? There are two things I want to point out to you. I'm going to think back. When I was in Nigeria, there was a petrol scarcity issue. People couldn't go to work. This must have been about 5, 6, maybe more years ago. Idea of time. That was one. Think about that. Then after that, there was Ebola. Then after that, there were a few other issues that kept people at home. Right. I've said to firms before, look at this. Nigeria should have been ready for this. We should have been rethinking the way we work. I know we're going to come up with the excuses that no infrastructure, not enough things at home. But you see, by that same virtue, when it's time to make money in a business, people can think of innovative ideas, right?
Right.
Yet when it comes to thinking that, okay, we don't have the best infrastructure, issues will arise. Why don't we ever learn from these issues? I had said to some companies way back then that, you know what, the petrol scarcity kept people at home. Let's try and half remote working, half coming in. Those that need to come in can come in. But had we built those foundations, we would have been more prepared for COVID. And I know it's easy to say in hindsight, but I've seen this coming. Nigeria it's not a place where you don't have disruptions. Disruptions are a part of our daily life. I had an office in Lekki. One day I couldn't get there, and one of my staff was involved in the riots, and he was badly injured. Disruption is a part of our psyche, so we should always have the mindset of creating a working environment that is quasi. It's what's the word? Dual.
Right.
Are there jobs for women post-COVID? I think it's the most exciting time ever. Why? Women are an extraordinary bunch of people. We face crisis every day. If you live in a house as a daughter, a wife, a mother, every day you're either trying to budget how you use 10 naira for 10 children in 2 days. Do you understand? Or how you're going to manage all the different things you need to do. Women need to stop thinking of themselves as not having skills. They have all the skills that are required to cope with, including that long-suffering, persevering spirit.
Right.
It is hard. Don't get me wrong. It's hard for everybody. But the fact of the matter is, we're going to have to think out of the box. I have been telling people, look, be writing your blogs since five years ago. They'll be looking at me like, this girl, she's so Oyibo, you know? Oh, she's so Oyibo. But the future is online. We don't have a choice. So maybe one thing we should do from today is embrace the fact that, yeah, people will open up their offices, but don't be fooled. This is going to happen again. If it's not COVID, it's going to be something else.
Right.
The world is a very volatile and unpredictable place. So do you have skills? You're speaking to me right now. You have presentation skills. Hone them. You're very eloquent. Write something. I wrote a book in 2 days and I published it on Amazon. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But guess what? One day, somebody's going to trip and buy it. These are things that we need to start doing, even in these hard times. Everybody has a phone. On that phone are apps that are free. There's no reason for people to get too distressed. We are yes, you're financially strapped. I get that. But we can't looking at, oh, there's no money, there's no job. We need to start creating. And women are the most innovative at that. They have all the skills, so they should. This world is ours. I'm looking around before they arrest me. But this world is ours. But
say it louder for the guys at the back. Say it louder for the guys at the back.
I've been saying to some of the young people, look, no, you know what? Look at all our children. They are so in it. They've trained as lawyers, but they're YouTubing. They've trained as doctors, but they're doing food chat. Our children understood that mom, dad, the traditional, it's secure. Is it secure? Look at today. Architects, accountants, nurses may not be out of a job, but there's so many people who, even if it wasn't COVID, something would be putting us out of a job because traditional jobs as we know it are moving on. So yes, the most exciting period for women. It's tough, but we're used to tough. We just now need to get to the mindset that we can do it.
I totally agree with that. That is the truth, and that's actually just a fact of it. I saw a quote, and it says on a page online, and it says this COVID season there are going to be a lot of millionaires, investors. People are going to come up with a lot of innovative ways to do stuff, and you know, the moment we realize that, we'll start working immediately. You know, if you're a blogger, if you're a writer, if you're skilled. I was gonna put up something on my WhatsApp the other day, and I was gonna say, like, now is a fantastic time for artisans, people who are in those, or people who are skilled. They're making. Now is actually the time to create something. You know, you see. I saw FCMB the other day trying to support women who are in the fashion space. GC is also trying to do the same thing. There's a lot for us to actually gain from from COVID season? It's just for I mean, since this is about females, and is there anything for like the ladies post COVID? There's a lot of opportunities out there. We just need to go out there and grab it, or maybe not go out so we can stay safe. We just need to be in our homes and think about like creative ways to obviously like make it, you know.
There's a YouTuber, I follow her. I follow her because she kind of appeals to two sides of my brain. She
Okay.
she did the opposite to me. I came from London to Nigeria. She went from Nigeria to, I think it was Canada or London, and then she went back to Nigeria. And she's been posting about her experiences since she did the retransition. Now she has an incredible following. And what is it about her? She's authentic. So I was talking to some people the other day, and they were saying, but someone else is doing it.
Right.
Look, there are how many billions of people in this earth? Everybody listens to a different tone, a different voice, a different approach. Even if all women did was throughout COVID has been since March. If the only thing they did was document their experience during COVID, even if all of us on this chat did that, every one of us will have a different set of following, and we will begin to build an audience.
Yep.
Now, the one misconception about careers in tech is that every career, whether you're, you know how our parents will look at YouTubers, or even if I don't know, maybe I'm just not, because I'm in tech, I don't think like that. But you look at YouTubers and think, oh, they don't do work. It's incredibly hard work to be diligent, to be consistent, to get up every day, even when you don't like it, to deliver that video or that podcast or write that blog. If you do it in your ordinary life, then to make the transition from whatever your profession is in the office to online means that you have those skills already. One thing COVID has taught everybody is we have to keep learning.
Right.
Parents became teachers again. Teachers became teachers, but online. Everybody had to move. People who didn't know how to cook suddenly had to cook. People who were previously MD decided to go and deliver food. Everybody has to learn to crisscross and change. One thing I would urge women is, one, don't be afraid of technology. COVID has proved, embrace technology. You need to do that. Two, find a platform that you like and learn and learn and learn. And every skill you learn, apply. You will find it will work. Three, everybody is capable of, it's the most difficult skills that are going to earn the most money. So if it's cybersecurity, if it's AI, if it takes you a year of investing 2 hours a night after you've fed the kids, you've gone to work, you've done all the things that we women do, it will triple your income because those are in-demand skills. Right. Sign up to Grammarly. Start writing rubbish right now. Post it, and post it. You will get a following that will get you people who want to advertise, that will get you an income. It may not come now, but it will come. And if you think, oh, well, things will soon be back to normal, there's no old normal though. We're going into new normal. And we need to think about this.
I know, it's really great. Way before COVID, actually, we thought about this. I'm not even going to get into that. Let me just
say it. We're discussing.
What you just said actually makes a whole lot of sense, right? YouTubers were looked at. People are not serious, Jerry, but they are raking in millions of dollars every year.
In their sleep.
Every year.
You know the irony. I've done podcasting. Now, because I'm so techie, I think it's a disease. It can be a detriment as well as a positive. I started a podcast, and one of the first things I had to get over, and I must make a point of telling you this, the first thing, I don't know if other women suffer from this. I'm a tech, and I've always loved doing tech. I can build computers, I've networks, go into technical things. I like being in the background. But you see, my daughter and I sat down, and I told her that, Gerald, you are now graduating, so I have to get my mind over this. I don't want to be in the public eye. I think a lot of women, especially in a country like Nigeria, being in the public eye, you're afraid of those who will give you PhD.
Right.
Put her down. I am afraid that is a major thing that we worry about. But you know what? If being in the public eye means that I get the exposure to earn the money I need, so then so be it. And you have to have the mindset that there are always people who are not going to like you, like what you're doing, and will make silly comments. You have to have a policy in your mind of, well, this is business, and what do I do? If you put me down in business, I smile, I do my best customer service, and I move on.
Yeah.
Don't give them the time of day. I think one of the things women fear about online is the exposure. There are obviously dangers being online, but because the future market, workplace, educational platform, all of it's online, we can't be afraid anymore. We have to embrace the fact that online is where the new and working environment is. It's where business is. It's where everything is. And we need to go on and understand that there will be people who will do PhD on you, but you just move on, smile. If you're earning the bucks.
Oh, yeah. No, that's absolutely brilliant. I have a cousin. My cousin studied architecture in school, and so at some point she was just like, you know, she wants to go into makeup. Her mom was like, over her dead baby. After spending how many years in school, you're not going to do makeup. And what the? She started learning on YouTube. On YouTube, that's how she started learning everything. Right now, she has over 50,000 followers on Instagram. She's raking in money. If you want to go check that out, go. Her name is Brega, Bregha. Oh, you're gonna write that down. Okay, cool. Breg, if you go. Yeah.
I like following people who are like. Femi does hair in she does it in Dolphin somewhere. I've been following her progress. Amazing, and she's just been consistent, diligent. She's chosen her area. She does it every day. She's an example.
Oh yeah.
Spell that for me again.
Bregha.
Bregha.
Yeah.
And that's on Instagram.
That's on Instagram. Yep. And she's gotten a lot of endorsement. It's not even. It's crazy. And so she's in fact, her mom and her dad are really proud of her. I'm even proud of her too, because I know when she started. You know, she's barely 20, 26, 25. I'm not really sure. She's young and she's getting it. You know, and I like how you said, even if you're writing rubbish, use Grammarly. Start writing something. Start creating. There are lots of creators out there, people who know nothing about even creating videos or vlog or whatever. Just do something. You know, people will come out and say, oh, you're not funny, your stuff isn't great. But they're watching anyways. You know, they're watching. There's a lady called... Huh?
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Slingshot. Now, initially, Slingshot was supposed to create a startup area where young people could come for little or no cost to develop their skills, but things just didn't turn out. End of story. So I decided that I'd keep it going, but make it more of an online news platform. And I'm supposed to create videos. So there's this video I created just from my phone about how to use Adobe. And initially, it got 1 view. I was like, I'm not really, I was just doing it for the love of it. It now has, I think it has 32K views. I was like, huh? Yeah. I was just talking about the stuff I love doing, which is purely tech. Now, I'm so into showing who I am, and I'm learning that that's not right. But however, that video had nothing but my voice on and the thing I was talking about. To date, has 32K views. And I'm like, okay, so it must be one.
That's actually incredible. That's really, really great. Another female who's like, she's very controversial in Nigeria. She's Kemi Olunoyo, I think. A lot of people know her, I think. She's one that comes up with all the inside scoop on what's going on in different people.
Making money. She's laughing at us while we're criticizing her.
She put up something on Twitter the other day saying, you guys are abusing me. Every time I get any comments on my Twitter, I get paid for it. The woman is making money in the comfort of her home. Right. So back to the question, like, is there, like, are there tech career opportunities for women post-COVID? During COVID, yes. After COVID, big fat, yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay, what did we notice during COVID? We noticed that carers, incredible people, that environment, that industry is going to explode again. It doesn't matter where in the world. Okay, women know about caring. What is it you could do? Start an agency online. What do? Register people, have an app, refine it, make it location specific as they enter the door, GPS, blah, blah. Look, even if you don't know how to program, if you have an idea, learn how to create your prototype and then take it from there. People will give you money to develop it first. They will even give money to learn the skills to develop the idea.
Yeah.
Caring. Okay, what else did we notice? Wow, we couldn't go to doctors, so we were more online. All those doctors out there who spent many years suffering, learning their skill, if they're not careful and they don't move into technology, I'm talking to women, because there are lots of women doctors who are seriously good at their job. They need to now start doing virtual clinics. Introduce the idea that they want to have virtual consultation. If it's for children on the basic things. I remember being in, one of the things about Nigeria was one day when I first got there and I was still in my jeans and t-shirt era and I didn't have much money. My daughter was sick on Ogulana or somewhere around there, Ogulana or Akerele. There's a hospital. Before they would treat her, they wanted 50K down. I had nothing. Now, if we can provide a healthcare service, women who know that, okay, all you need to do is put 100 Naira from MTM, blah, 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 through, and I will consult with you, visual to visual, phone to you. That's a whole new business. It may not be much, but 1 million people that can access you at 100 Naira for healthcare and advice is far better than people dying on the street. You're telling me there's no opportunities? Ladies, if you're doctors out there, dentists, there are opportunities. What else? We noticed in COVID teachers, revolution. I'm sorry, but we need to create a platform for teachers in Nigeria. Yeah. Even on their phone, they need to change their attitude. A teacher is the most important resource in a country. They cannot just say, well, they haven't given me computer, they haven't given me phone, so therefore I can't teach. Yeah. Even if all the students in their school just gave them 100 Naira to learn, and I'm not saying that should be the way, it shouldn't be, but hey, you will earn. One item at a time, one concept at a time. If you're a good teacher, this phone can be your business for life and insurance. Do you understand? There's so many things. Where else? Shop assistants, people who own shops. They're going to get rid of people who do selling, teller. Have you not noticed when you're going to the super, even in Nigeria, at the moment they're still doing teller. They will bring in automated things. So those people need to think about, can I use my voice? Can I use my customer service? Lots of people are looking for people online to create a customer service platform. Right. They don't need to see you. They just need to be greeted well, attended to, information passed to the person who's employing you, passed back to you, passed back to customer. There are so many opportunities. Fashion. There are these apps that you can insert that measure people remotely. All these what do you call them? Dress designers. Right. I tried to persuade somebody whilst I was still in Nigeria that let me try it with you. There's an app. All she needs to do is put it on her phone, send it to the client. The client will be measured, and then she gets the measurements back. All the money she spends on transport, traveling to Lekki, traveling back to Surulere or wherever she lives, will be reduced. The danger to her life will be reduced. She's sitting there waiting. Is there an app already for that? Yeah.
Is there an app already? Or are you just...
Yeah. I investigated it for Slingshot. I did an article on it. I don't know if it's Slingshot site because I pulled down
I don't want, because I have friends who are in the fashion space, right? And they're like, oh, Michelle, let's go take your measurement. I want to do something for you. I don't want your tape on my body. There's COVID, you know? Go ahead.
The iPhone has a measuring app. It's not as good as the one that is the appy. It measures you.
Right. No, that's absolutely amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I was in America. I came in January. So I was with some friends who were hanging out. Like went to the cafe, had a cup of coffee and all the other good stuff. And then after like she just gave us like 30 minutes. Like, oh, I have to go. Where are you going? She's like, I have to take some classes. I'm teaching some Chinese people how to speak English. I said, what? Yeah. I was like, wait, what? She's like, oh yeah, I have about 15 students now. I'm like, how much do you pay per hour? I was like, no way, it was insane. And so you say that, Oh my goodness. There's actually a lot of opportunities to make
You know,
money.
if you want to, let me give you a business for free. And this is what I love doing. I promised myself I would not do this year because I was tired of talking to people
Right.
about ideas that they should be doing. I'm a person who, if I look at what you're doing, I think, you know what, if you did it like this, use this technology, la, la, la. But people just look at you like, and I decided this year, ask everybody around me, I'm not giving anybody free advice anymore. They said, it's my time. You notice I'm JJ in my corner. I'm doing my own thing. I'm writing a blog. I'm rebuilding my sites. I'm doing my thing because I know that tomorrow, when 2 years time, I'll be reaping it in. I'm no longer of the persuasion that I will tell people. If people want to know, come find me. Come call me and I will consult for you. But for you, I'll give you an idea. You see, Nigeria is one of the most interesting places in the world to everybody. To everybody. And I'm not joking. People go, because of the negative press it's given, it's still a very mysterious place to people. They want to know, they want to go, they want to see. Do virtual tours. And all that is you, Michelle, go out every, I don't know, Sunday when it's quiet. You go to stadium, stand there. Okay, this is the stadium. It was built in blah, 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 blah. And build up a platform where you store it. First, leave it to be free. Then start charging people small fee to access your key information. Do you know how many spots, even the most, go to Ajegunle, find a spot that's historic, la 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 la, record it, edit it, put the captions, store it. That's the business you're making. And you say, look, women in tech, every day, even those who are just saying, okay, all I want to do is pray, set up a prayer channel and charge. Come on, guys, think out of the box.
Right. No, that's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's so much I've picked up. I don't care. I'll start. I'm saying this to myself, and I hope that everyone on this Zoom call has also picked one or two things out of this. Were you going to say something?
I was going to say, but learn to program. Learn to program. You see, you know what my dad said to me when I was learning to drive, and I'll always remember this. My dad is a very traditional Nigerian man, and he's very strict and very, very military. And I love him dearly because I think my mum and my dad have taught me that nothing is impossible. It's only if I'm purely bone-eyed lazy. Anyway, and they bring so much. So when he was teaching me to drive, my dad and I are very similar. So you can imagine clash in the car. But he made it very clear that in Nigeria, before I ever ask a driver to drive for me, make sure I can drive the socks off anything I'm doing.
Right.
Now, before you give someone else the right to complete or help you with your program, learn some of the skills to understand where they're taking you to, so that they don't completely bamboozle you or mess with your project. Also, women are very creative. They may surprise themselves. Go into AI, go into Scratch, go into Visual Basic, go into all these different things. Try it.
Right.
Find someone who speaks in a way you can understand. Look, my dad is 85. He's into Bitcoin. He wants to know a computer. He's using all technologies. If someone of 85 has that mind openingness, that openness of mind to embrace new technologies, then is it because women were supposed not to do this? What's our excuse? We're busy. We're always busy. But yet we will find time to chat with our friends. We'll find time for all the things that we like doing. This may not be something you like doing yet, but if it's something that's going to create an income for you and your family, and you know we women, we do help with the family, keep them going, then we need to find 1 hour a night, 1 hour in the morning, wherever your thing is. Take some time from your prayer time. God will help you with this, whichever God you worship.
Oh yeah.
And move into the arena, because if you don't, I have a fear. If you don't, women need to learn technology for their children. Children are way ahead on technology, the good, the bad, and the ugly. If women do not get onto this platform in a hurry, then they're leaving the only voice these children hear to some dubious people out there. Right. 2, there will never be balance in what is created. Just like they say about facial recognition, that in the UK it's biased towards white people. Of course it is. Why? Because the number of technicians who are black were probably less than 1%. So they didn't have input to make a facial recognition that is right for everybody. So women need something to contribute to every platform. We don't get on the stage. It's not an invitation. Stop waiting for an invitation. It's not an invitation. It's a, oh, excuse me, I've got something to add. And if people look at you funny or they don't like you, just ignore it. You are, if you are driven to be there and you're driven to talk, it's because you have something to add that's missing. And it's not about ousting men. It's not that. It's about complementing them. Even one of the things about having two parents, yeah, families are breaking up, no problem. But both of them should still have input into that child to create balance. Just like we fight vigorously to make sure their marriages stay, or fight vigorously for their children. Even when you split up, so what we should do is ensure that there's input from both. In the world, what all these inventions and creative things need, if they need input from us to make it more accessible to us, to make it more relevant to us, to make it work even better.
That's absolutely amazing. And just so I can throw this in there, your dad is an OG, 85 and doing all that good stuff. He's an OG.
Seriously, my mom and my dad are people who, man, they're the people who lead me through. They make me know that there's nothing impossible. I've lived in 3 continents, and I never once, I remember the only time they hesitated was when I said, I'm going to Nigeria and I'm going to live there. They just looked at me. I have 5 siblings, and I'm the only one that was there. But they support me and they make me know that there's nothing that's impossible.
I like that. I like that. I really, really do like that. Thank you very much. This has been really, really great. Love every bit of it. It's almost an hour and it feels like we just started this conversation.
Oh, wow.
Really, really great. What we're doing with the Tech Leaders Project in partnership with Ali, Nubianette Consulting, is we're creating opportunities for ladies, right? So what we're doing, we have co-working spaces that are already fully furnished with internet and all whatnot. So we're incubating 8 to 10 female-owned businesses, right, for a couple of months, maybe 4 to 6 months, right, where we can help them, extract the ideas, build on it, and grow their business. So within that space of 4 to 6 months, we want to be sure that they would have achieved something and then are able to hit the market. And then we also help them with funding, link them up with VCs who can help take their business to the next level. So yeah, we're very excited about that. That's post-COVID. We're building on that right now, and we have some partners who are ready to jump on board that. So I just said, throw that out there. I would talk to you offline so we can talk about how we can work together some more. Thank you everyone who's on this video. I'm going to call your names. There's Ada. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm reading the names. Adogo Ama, there's Adedayo Gundeji, there's Chinwe Anakwe, there's Evelyn Joseph, there's Folashade Sholowo, there's JNJ, there's Latifa Bagun, there's Laura Thorpe, there's Oluwatosin Jimo, there's Ronke Daini, there's Tahash Hazan, Titi Lola Ogunkoya, and Yvonne Anakwe. Thank you guys so much for being on here today. If you have any questions, please throw it on there so we can answer your questions. If not, I would like Mrs. Yetunde Johnson to take the closing conversation so we can wrap this up. But yeah.
I know COVID has been a lot of negatives, but just like I wrote in my book, out of the negatives, you have to find a positive. And women are incredibly resilient, imaginative, creative, and you need to embrace that. And this is a time to be bold, not just for yourself, but for your kids and for the future, because it needs your input. And that input must start today. Embrace learning, embrace technology, and go for it. You're going to add some extremely beautiful things out there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. I think they're asking if they can show their videos to say hello if they want to. Sure, why not? But yeah, thank you guys so much for being on here. Thank you, Ms. Susan Johnson. I will talk to you offline. I'm seeing the chats. Okay, cool. Thank you guys for coming, and have a wonderful day and a weekend. And please work on that idea. Don't think that your idea is too crazy. Work on your idea, work on it. And no matter how crazy it is, no matter how ridiculous you think it is, or whatever, just keep working on it. Thank you guys, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.